Welcome, team, to History for Success. Today we are going to read about the Southern colonies. So I would like you to listen to me read and follow along on the board. Learn how to do it right, Mr. Raleigh. Walter Raleigh may not have known the benefits of teaching his men to communicate with the indigenous peoples. His team should have worked peacefully with them. In 1585, Queen Elizabeth allowed Raleigh to send over 100 men from England to Roanoke Island off the coast of North Carolina after two of his explorers found it to be a perfect place for a settlement. However, they were not friendly with the native people in that area, and Raleigh's men even killed their chief. Since the explorers arrived too late to harvest crops and their supplies were dwindling, they went back home a year later. After they left, 15 other men showed up with supplies and stayed in the fort. Raleigh was angry about the desertion and decided to hire Simon Fernandez to transport over 100 more people, including women and children, to start a more permanent settlement close by in Chesapeake Bay. First, he instructed them to check on the men at the fort. John White was put in charge and brought his family along. Upon arrival in 1587, they found out the men in the fort were killed by some of the natives. Fernandez demanded they settle in Roanoke Island instead of Chesapeake Bay because he wanted to get back to a dispute in Europe between Spain and England. The settlers followed Fernandez's orders despite the concern for their fate. Not long after getting settled in Roanoke Island, John White hesitantly left with Fernandez to get more supplies. They arrived in England to find out Spain had invaded England. It took England 2 years to defeat the Spanish, and when White returned to Roanoke in 1590, he had a grave discovery. Nobody was there. It was like they disappeared into thin air. The word Croatoan was carved on a tree nearby. Croatoan was a local tribe. White desperately went to find the Croatoan village, but a hurricane arose which forced him to return to England. White never got to see his family again because the funds weren't there for more exploration. They called it the Lost Colony. What do you think happened? 20 years later, in 1607, a group of over 100 men landed on the banks of Virginia's James River, which was not healthy to drink. They were immediately attacked by some of the natives, but were determined to stay. Their leader, John Smith, ordered them to build a fort for protection. Although the indigenous peoples didn't inhabit the land, they hunted on it. A severe winter pounded the English settlement. Less than half of the men were left. They were running out of food and getting sick. Chief Powhatan sent gifts of food, which helped the men endure the hardships. Some say it also aided the establishment of Jamestown, America's first permanent English colony. Tension grew between the settlers and their Powhatan nation. Captain Smith and other men went in search of food. When Smith was captured and taken to Chief Powhatan's, he was captured and taken to Chief Powhatan. His daughter Pocahontas was his favorite child. She believed in peace, and Smith claims that she saved his life. Pocahontas was known as being undisciplined and playful. She befriended the Jamestown settlers, brought them food, warned them of ambushes, and taught them many things. The settlers learned to grow tobacco, which turned into a profitable business. Captain Smith returned to England in 1609 when he became ill, and Pocahontas stopped visiting the settlement. Then the relations between the settlers and the Powhatan nation weakened. 4 years later, when John Smith died, Pocahontas came back to visit. She was imprisoned because her father had captured some of the settlers and weapons. The settlers moved Pocahontas to another settlement and forced her to convert to Christianity. That is where she met John Rolfe and married him in 1614. Again, she encouraged peace between the English and the Powhatan nation. In addition to Virginia, Maryland, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina were also being colonized. The South had a long growing season, mild weather, fertile land, and plenty of rain. Tobacco, along with rice and indigo, used to make blue dye, were the most profitable crops, which resulted in more plantations. 1619 was a big year in Jamestown. The first elected assembly was established. It was called the House of Burgesses. Then African American workers, called indentured servants, arrived by boat to work a plot of land to later own it. Other indentured servants came to work to pay their voyage to the New World. Workers were needed in the southern colonies because they relied on cash crops to boost their economy. Slavery also became prevalent in the South. The settlers in the South first put the natives into slavery, but they started to die off from being overworked and contracting diseases. That is when settlers went to Africa and captured people to work for them against their will. Pocahontas's forever wish was peace between all the people in America.